Q, I can't wait to hear what you have to say about this story. Massachusetts Catholic school is facing backlash after deciding to serve fried chicken as a lunch menu item to celebrate Black History Month. The announcement regarding the specialty item was made Tuesday morning at Xavier Brothers High School, an all-boys school. The announcement said, in honor of Black History Month, one way we will celebrate is by highlighting a traditional meal each week that is a staple in Southern Black history. Today's lunch is fried chicken. However, the students criticized the student's decision and called it racist. I mean, we do love chicken, but do you think this was a racist move?
I think that this story is directly parallel to the Whoopi Goldberg Jew thing. And I think that this is a teachable moment. And the teachable moment here is, this is what happens when you lack top-level diversity. And when white people are used to being the center, they think they know every damn thing. The same grace that I extended Whoopi Goldberg in this Jewish situation, I'm going to extend the same grace to this person. I don't think there was ill intent. I don't think that there was a malicious intent behind this. I really do think that these people sit home and think that fried chicken and Popeyes is synonymous with Black people. You know what I'm saying? And there is a level of truth to it. Rather, we're being overly sensitive and being offended by it. That's another conversation for another day. But I think that this is a teachable moment. And I think the takeaway from this is, y'all are a Catholic school. Y'all probably got a bunch of little rich white kids walking around. And the next time you want to do a Black history program, how about you take some of those tuition dollars and you hire a Black consultant to put you together a nice curriculum, and stop assuming because you're white and used to being at the center of everything that you know every damn thing.
Okay. Al, do you agree or disagree?
Ill intent is not knowing better. I mean, so I feel like it is an ill intent. Every year during Black History Month, we read a story like this, guys. Every year there is a company that's revealed that they have served something like chicken and watermelon. It happens every year. These non-Black institutions serve watermelon and chicken on Black History Month. It happens. I mean, it even happened at the company that I used to work at. I just feel like Funky says, they need to hire a consultant to help them. Call the NAACP if you don't know any better. You know better because you read. You're supposed to be so smart. You're supposed to be so educated. Why is it that you're all of a sudden ill-informed about Black History Month? Why are you ill-informed about Black history, period, and at the contributions that African Americans have made in this country? How can you be so ill-informed is my question. And in this particular case, they went to the only Black worker at the school, which was a cafeteria worker, and asked her to create the menu. I'm just confused about the whole thing. I think we need to hold these people more accountable. This is more than a teachable moment. This is like enough is enough. Every year, the same thing. If you don't know what to do in Black History Month, call the NAACP and let them roll out what to do for you and your school for Black History Month.
The comments are going crazy. Someone said, Nina Lynn said, Trump had a taco salad on Cinco de Mayo. Curly Chick says, but the school's cook is Black and she's the one that picked the food.
I was about to say that.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like if one of us was the only one there and they're like, well, let's ask our resident African American.
And let me ask you this.
And that there lies the problem. If you're going to go to a cook and ask, what do you make in Black History Month? What do you think she's going to say? She's a cafeteria worker. She's a cook. Like, that's not who you ask on how to provide diversity and cultural activities at a school.
Let me ask you an honest question. All right. I'm Fortune 500 white company right now. I come to you, Al Reynolds, and say, what do we want to do a Black history menu. What do you suppose we have? What is your response? And I'm pretty sure it's going to be collard greens, cornbread, and fried chicken.
No. First of all, I wouldn't allow anyone to call it a Black history menu. That alone is offensive and it lacks sensitivity. And everybody in corporate America that has gone through diversity sensitivity training knows that you don't put those two words in the same sentence. That's number one. The second thing that I would do is you would then say to them, what are you speaking to? Are you speaking to Black History Month? Are you speaking to the culture? Or are you speaking to the cuisines of African Americans. There's a discussion that you need to have in order to enlighten people. So in my opinion, I would say to the school system, well, what would we put on the menu? We would put a lot of different things on the menu because African Americans like a lot of different things. Because we like chitlins. Should chitlins go on the menu? Absolutely not. Should pork chop go on the menu? Should bacon go on the menu? These are all questions that I would have in that conversation. I would say you create a menu with multiple options because we're multifaceted. If you want to say, listen, we want to honor Southern comfort food with an African-American twist to it, then I would say, okay, now that's a different discussion. Let's do the traditional Southern comfort food. What do they call soul food type of menu? But soul food does not mean Black History Month, period.
Is this another example of us being overly sensitive? Do you remember the comedian? So. I believe it was Dave Chappelle who said, either Dave Chappelle or Chris Rock said something about being on the plane when the flight attendant's like, we've got the beef or the chicken. And he's like offended at first, but he's like, but I want the chicken. And it was a joke, but it was like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. Or do you think they knew and they were trying it? Because I hate when I hear chicken and watermelon, I'm like, oh, they're trying it. That's a racist stereotype, right? That's a stereotype. But are we being overly sensitive because it was a Black woman I picked? What do y'all, do you think we're being overly sensitive? Q, you said yes.
I think so. I think we're splitting hairs at this point because we're not, what we're not going to do is pretend like listen, we eat cornbread, collard greens, and fried chicken, and candied yams, and macaroni and cheese. Now, it can be arguable that is Southern cuisine, that white is, I'm asking a simple question. We want to serve the kids lunch on Monday, and we want to serve them something for Black History Month. What do you suggest? I don't know. I just think
for 30 days, you're going to serve them fried chicken.
No, Al, but the situation is, and you said it should be multiple things. They never got an opportunity to serve multiple things. Obviously, you can't serve 15 things on one day. Who's to say that they were not going to do diverse things throughout the week? And especially considering the fact that they went to the one resource they had, which was the cafeteria worker. I think in their mind, even though it was the bare minimum, they felt that they did their due diligence by asking the Black cook. And I'm not trying to excuse away what they did, but I just think people are making a bigger deal out of this than it should be.
What's your saying? Get off my line, my good internet with this.
Well, I think it's a good conversation to have. And
that's insensitive. And the students made it very clear. The African-American students in the school made it very clear.
Wait, you guys, let me put a pin in this because we're late going to commercial. So let's go to commercial. Everyone's excited about this conversation. They're going nuts in the chat. Let's take a commercial break and come back to this when we come back. We'll be right back in 2 minutes.